Hi, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and a very happy new year. Today, I wanted to talk about what happens when a child in a divorced family decides that they no longer want to see one of the parents. Imagine how difficult that is for everybody, the entire family, the child, the parent, even the other parent, because the other parent got used to having some time alone when the children were with that other parent, and now suddenly this child has decided to live full time with one parent, and so it's an adjustment for everybody. But first and foremost, for that parent who the child doesn't want to see, it's really up to you as the adult to evaluate what's going on for that child that they don't want to see you anymore. And as hurtful as that can be, it can be really enlightening. It might mean that you need a therapist or a counselor to help you sort through one, coping mechanism that your child doesn't want to see you for a period of time, and two, to really give you sort of an objective third party opinion on what's going on in the situation and what they can see that might be areas for improvement, so that you can help to build a better relationship with that child. And how does this all work in divorce anyway? You know, a judge is very unlikely when the child is older to force that child back to see the other parent. And as they say in the legal world, sometimes the child's feet will do the talking. As the child gets older and they have access to public transit and other means of transportation, and they want to be with one parent, they're going to go to that parent. And you can't just physically force the child to come with you. It's hurtful and you want the child with you, but you can't force them. So what you can do as the adult in the situation is really focus on what's going on for the child, what's going on for you, what's going on in that relationship, and how can you mend it in a way that is good for both of you so that you can still maintain that relationship. It might mean that this child just needs a period of time of space from you because they're dealing with whatever they're dealing with. And you, as we all know, teenagers are a funny breed. They've got so much going on in their brains. They're thinking about high school and their marks and the work that they have to do. They're thinking about their social life and their friends. And then you add to it the mix that they're in a divorced family and they have all of those dynamics playing around. It's hard. It is really hard, not just for the parents, but it's hard on the children too, especially when they have all this other stuff going on in their brains. And sometimes teenagers just need a minute to breathe. And it might not be as personal as you feel it is. It might just mean they just need a time out. And so it's up to you as the parent, because you're the adult in the situation, although you can foresee some consequences and you can foresee the impact of their actions. A teenager may not always be able to see all of that. They're really inside their own minds and they're just seeing what's good for them and what they're thinking about for their own selves. They may not see the impact on the parent. And frankly, even though it might be hurtful to the parent, it might be what's best for the child in that moment, and that's why they're making that decision. So you as that parent, what do? You still continue to nurture them. That might mean that you're texting them once a day or phoning them or emailing them, but you're still maintaining contact with them. You're still letting them know that you love them and that you're there for them and that you support them. Maybe you're asking them for once in a while to just go out for a coffee or something. So even though you're kind of estranged, you're somehow trying to have a little bit of a bond and still see them from time to time. But it's really up to you as the parent and the adult in the situation to really swallow your pride and let go of the ego and just be there however that child will let you be there so that you can maintain that relationship with them. At the end of the day, the child only has two parents. And while you might be having some tension or difficulty, that doesn't change. They only have two parents. So the hope is over time, you develop the ability to improve the situation with that child, and eventually, hopefully, they'll want to start seeing you more and more. But don't take it out on them. You know, I've seen in some cases where when this has happened, the one parent says, well, then that's fine. If you're not going to come see me, I'm not going to buy you clothes. I'm not going to help pay for your braces. I'm not going to help pay for this, that, or the other thing. That's not the right way to go. First of all, the child can see what your action or inaction is, and that if it's a negative inaction, they're not going to like it, and it's going to be a detriment to your relationship. Secondly, you're still their parent. You're still their parent. You're still responsible for them. And at the end of the day, you brought them into this world. You don't want to take away things that they need and you don't want to stop caring for them just because they've taken a decision that you don't like. So continue to support them, continue to try to talk with them and communicate with them. Hopefully the other parent is supportive of your relationship with them. If they're not, that obviously adds more complexity. And they may be moments where you do need to speak to a counselor who can help you through all of those emotions, come up with coping mechanisms for you, and again, give you maybe suggestions on how you can work with your child to improve that relationship so they do want to spend more time with you. And, at the end of the day, cling to some hope. Keep some positivity in your mind that eventually things will improve. You're the adult. You're going to take the bull by the horns, and you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that that child wants to see you and so that you can maintain a bond with them. Have a great day.